What is? Oh, God. Yeah, we've been a little bit out of practice. Okay, we might keep that in.
Go time? Go time.
What is happening, everybody? Webheads, web slingers, wall crawlers, black cat enthusiasts,
God.
only. None of that Catwoman bullshit. We are back covering the Peter and Miles podcast, bringing you some of the latest for Spider-Man news, and you're gonna get banter and comedy better than anywhere you can ever think of, because it's got me and my boy RJ. It's been a while. When was our last episode, dude? It was months ago.
I think it was literally like after the game dropped and we did like a stream on it.
Yeah.
We didn't check on the channel, but we did like a stream on it after like the second game dropped. And like, because we were like on the grind and then like life happened and then we stopped for a minute.
Yeah, like so much crap happened, and I'm in a new location for the millionth time. If you've been following me on my Cobra Kai channel, I've been bouncing from location to location, but finally settled in a new place, which I'm super excited for. Get back to the grind.
Cody.
Yes, and I'm excited to get back to talking Spider-Man. It's another one of my passions. It's one of RJ's passions as well, and we got tons of news. I mean, I think the last
about Spider-Man.
Exactly. And I think it was one of our last episodes was Spider-Man 4 related, but we knew very minimal. Very minimal.
Yeah. We were just theorizing.
Yeah, but since then, lots happened. Quite a lot. And we're going to dive into pretty much everything that we know to be true today. And we're excited because we got a release date, we got a director, and Zendaya and Tom are, of course, back. We all knew that was given.
That was obvious, yeah.
We still don't have our plot, our synopsis about what the movie's actually about, which we are dying to know.
Anxiously waiting
because we want to know, is this going to be a multiversal story that's been heavily rumored, or is it going to be more of a street-level grounded story that we've all been hoping for that's also been rumored? But RJ is going to lead us with the latest news that we know, and we're going to touch upon it bit by bit. So what's first on our bit of news that we want to talk about, RJ?
So first we have the release date, and it couldn't come out at a better month, my birthday month.
Mm-hmm.
July 24th, 2026. It comes out after Doomsday. And we'll get into that in a minute. It comes out between Doomsday and Secret Wars, and assuming Secret Wars actually comes out after Spider-Man 4. With release dates, you never know these days. And we have a director, which was a kind of a interesting pick. I didn't see him being picked, but it's Destin Daniel Cretton, and I have a theory on why he was picked, but if you've seen Shang-Chi, he directed that film. And he directed Just Mercy with Michael B. Jordan, Brie Larson, and Jamie Foxx. That's a pretty good film. But he's kind of like not an up-and-coming filmmaker, but he's kind of like branching out his filmography and stuff. And it'll be interesting to see like what direction he takes Spider-Man. And he loves working with Marvel. He was originally supposed to do Kang Dynasty before that changed into Doomsday. So that was pretty interesting. And because Marvel, Feige loves him so much, he gave him an Avengers film and stuff. And if that plan goes through, like, he probably would have directed Secret Wars, but they went with the Russos. And I have a theory on why he got picked. I think he got picked due to the fact that I think he put pressure on Marvel. And I think he was like, listen, either use me or I'm out. And they were like, you know what? Spider-Man 4, here you go. Because we've been wondering like who's gonna direct Spider-Man 4. Like that's been the biggest question and stuff. Because John Watts made it clear that he enjoyed doing 3 films, but he was gone. He didn't want to come back and give him all the flowers in the world. Like No Way Home is arguably the best Spider-Man movie. ever. Don't care what Twitter says. Homecoming is really good. Don't care what people say about Far From Home. It's good in my opinion. It's not the best, but it's good. But one thing I will say about the fight scenes, we're probably gonna get the best fight scenes out of any Spider-Man movie we've ever seen.
Yeah, and even in like the Watts era, we got some pretty good fight scenes. But to see a level up from that, that's going to be. We got a lot to look forward to. And I was a little saddened to see that John wasn't going to be coming back, but that's okay because I see this as like one door closing on one chapter, and this is like a new era, new. This is a completely new Peter Parker because nobody knows who he is, at least as far as we know right now. That could change with not Kang Dynasty, freaking Doomsday. That could change, but it's forget that shit. But yeah, it's I think it's fitting that a new director comes in, and I love that Daniel Cretton. I love that he has Marvel experience, that he's done work with Marvel in the past with Shang-Chi. And if you got trust from the big man, Kevin Feige, then that's only going to mean good things. So I'm super excited. It wasn't someone who I even came across my mind, but
yeah, because he was supposed to do Shang-Chi 2. Like if you look at his IMDb, he signed on to do the Naruto live action movie. He's doing Shang-Chi 2. Like, I'm really hoping he read the script for this and he was like, "Oh, I gotta do this." And
he must have.
And that's the only way I can think of. We'll get into the rumored plots that we don't want and stuff, but he must have read the script and I think he also put pressure on Marvel. Listen, use me or lose me, because they gave him he was supposed to do Kang Dynasty, and that fell through for Jonathan Major stuff. Off camera issues happen and stuff. We're not going to dive into that, but there's been, the thing about Marvel is there's been a lot of moving pieces throughout these 4 years, whether it be COVID and the TV shows that haven't been well received by some of the fans and stuff. And I think Tom Holland, he said it best on this recent podcast that he did. I forgot the name, but he said that he was talking about Spider-Man 4 and the process of making it, and it sounds like he's got more of a hand in it now. Because back when he was, because he is the character. When he was first coming up, he had to show up and do what they said and stuff like that. Now he can push back and say no. And the interesting thing that he said is that when it comes to you making a movie in Marvel and the MCU, if you will, is that he said that your film is in a large machine, and that large machine is going to keep going. And this multiverse saga, and we'll dive into this in a bit, but solo projects are affected by the greater scale of the multiverse. And this movie coming out between Doomsday and Secret Wars kind of worries me a bit. Don't know how you feel.
Yeah, I was because we all thought that Spider-Man 4 would be preset those movies.
Yeah.
And so it kind of throws a little bit of my predictions into it throws my predictions off for what to expect, because now I'm with Doom being entered in the fold. I think you brought this up, what's that going to mean? What was that theory you had about creating a separate world or something?
So basically, what Marvel's building towards is, with Secret Wars, it's Battle World. So Battle World is an alternate reality that Doom creates,
right?
And he builds it, and it's still set in New York. It's just on a different Earth, and it's basically, a lot of people's theory is that he's gonna offer we all know that RDJ is playing Doom, and people have mixed feelings about that because he was Iron Man, and that's just a crazy thing that's happened this year. And a lot of people think that Doom is going to give Peter like what he's always wanted, like the perfect life where he might be on an Earth where Aunt May is alive and MJ remembers him and stuff like that. So that might be like the plot of the fourth film, but I don't know. The most rumored plot is Alex Perez from the Cosmic Circus. He's a reliable guy, but doesn't mean that people don't get stuff wrong. Just saying. But he said that what he's hearing is that it's the fourth movie is going to feature Venom and Null, and I'm sure you could agree. We don't. A bunch of our friends don't want this. Darius doesn't want this. Like, we do not want Null in a Spider-Man movie. If you don't know, people, Null is
he's not even a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah, exactly. He's not a Spider-Man villain, and he's an Avengers level threat.
Yeah,
and I don't know, but
go real quick. Hold on, sorry, real quick before I just wanted to touch upon what you said about Tom being like so heavily involved in his story and the character development. This is they want to do exactly the opposite of what the sequel trilogy for Star Wars did, because like Luke Skywalker had all these ideas. He knows the character because he is the character. He knows the character better than anyone. But
you meant Mark Hamill? You said Luke Skywalker.
Mark Hamill.
You set the character, the actual character.
Mark Hamill is Luke Skywalker. Yes. And Rian Johnson did not like take many of his thoughts and opinions into account, and I think that's a big reason why they suffered, because that's not the Luke Skywalker we know. So to have Tom Holland seem like he's having a lot of a say into what he expects and what he thinks should happen, and then how Peter should be, it's a good sign.
Because he said that like on your Star Wars point, I'll tell you another big issue with the sequel trilogy is that they had too many. They didn't have a director for all three movies. They had JJ for The Force Awakens, and they had Rian Johnson for The Last Jedi. Then they went back to JJ, so they had two different ideas.
Yep.
Like if they brought JJ Abrams back for The Last Jedi, maybe the movie is not as bad as we like. You know, maybe it's not controversial. I would say, but for Tom, he even said on the podcast, "I've had to tell Sony no." On things. Like, he's had to tell them like, no, I'm not doing this movie. And you know, I'm kind of glad that like a lot of like actors are like, listen, I love Kevin Feige and I love Marvel, but I like that these actors are putting pressure on these producers, and they're like, listen, I want to make the best movie I could possibly make, and that is what Tom is doing. And like he's been saying even before the process of making the fourth film, he's like, I don't want to come back and make a movie for the sake of making it. I want to like have a good story in mind and then do it. Like I love that, like that he's doing it, because
that should be every actor's idea.
Every actor's idea when you're playing a character like this, like he's a fan of the character as much as we are, and that's you don't get a lot of that when these actors are playing comic book characters, and that's totally fine. But it's cool that we have an actor that's a fan of the character that we all love, and he's pretty much like the guy overseeing it. He's like the lead. He is the character, and in a way, and it's just pretty cool that he's just like, I don't want to make a movie for the sake of making it. I don't want a cash grab. I want this movie to be the best it could be. I want the story to be good, because he not only did he like he owes it to the fans, but he said that he owes it to the character, and that I love. Like I think that was interesting that he said that. Like I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines of he owes it to the character. We owe it to the character to make the best movie that we can make. Like I love that.
That's awesome.
Like that's why he's my favorite out of all the actors. Like he's my favorite Spider-Man. I love him. But like I just love that about him.
Not to mention that he's not even your traditional celebrity big time actor. He stays away from the drama. He just takes his freaking he's taken his own approach, and he's just like, I love that him and Zendaya are pretty private for the most part, and it's just the right way to go about being that level of famous and still carrying out his profession in
Mhm.
like this sort of way with a amount of integrity, because he very well could say, look, I'm down for everything, just pay me anything, just pay me.
He could easily do that, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not.
But
He has
I'm
integrity.
glad he's not. But what do you want this movie to be? Like, what is, if you were Kevin Feige and you had to deal with Sony, what would you want this movie to be?
The number one thing I would not want is a multiverse story, because every single movie, even No Way Home, which I mean I love all three, but every single one has had characters appearing that shift the focus from Tom Holland's Spider-Man a little bit
A
too
little
much.
bit. Yeah.
A little bit too much.
And that's
Homecoming,
totally fair.
Homecoming, Tony Stark was in the movie, yes, but it still shifted it a little bit. And then even like the ramifications from Far From Home, we're still like Tony Stark. This is the first movie after he died, so the ramifications from that, and then obviously No Way Home, which had Toby, Tom, and Andrew in it. I just
Yeah.
want Tom to get his standalone street level story, because yeah, Homecoming was sort of like we kind of got a little bit of that, but it wasn't. We didn't get a lot of like classic Spider-Man moments, and I would much rather have that than any fan service, any character cameos. I'm just over that, and I know you
I
are
agree.
too.
Yeah.
Like save those big fan servicey moments
for the big Avengers movies. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Secret Wars, Doomsday, save it for that. Have this set up and further Tom's story becoming more of a veteran hero after, like he's the face of Marvel now. He's the face. So establish him in this new life that you've set up for him after the events of No Way Home. Like you've wiped his slate essentially clean. I just want to see where they can tackle this without the need for outside help, because they've set it up beautifully. They just gotta follow through.
Yeah, like that's the, like that No Way Home ending, dude. Like,
yeah, it made me so
real, like it's so good. That's why the movie is so good. Like, it's such a beautiful scene of him swinging in this. Like, he has a police scanner and he looks out the window. He grabs that beautiful, beautiful mask, by the way, and he grabs it and he goes out and he is swinging in the snow. Like that is what I want. Like, I get it that it's coming out after Doomsday, but I already feel weird that our first time seeing Spider-Man is gonna be an Avengers movie rather than his own movie. Like, I think Spider-Man is one of those characters where like we have to see what he's been up to. We like after like we haven't seen him. Like if this was like a situation where the movie came out before, like Homecoming came out before Infinity War, and like we saw like we got introduced to MCU Spider-Man, then we went into like I mean obviously he was in Civil War, and like we saw him. Like if they take that approach, like with Doomsday, like okay, he's here, but you don't see Peter. Like this is how I would do it. I would have it to where like in Doomsday, you don't see Tom's face at all. You don't see Peter Parker. You see just Spider-Man. He's in the mask. That's it. And then when the fourth film comes around, we really catch up to what he's been doing in his private life and what's been going on. And if I was writing this movie, I'm sorry. I don't care what we're doing in the multiverse. I don't care.
Yeah, get it out of here.
I don't get it out of here. Like, I already don't really care for the multiverse. You know this. But I would have it like I want Kingpin, Daredevil, Spider-Man. That is my movie right there. I want animated series on screen. Like, dude, Vincent D'Onofrio wants it. Charlie Cox wants it. Let's make it happen. And I'm sure Tom wants it too. Like, let's do it. Like, what are we waiting for? Like, I'm sorry. Like, let's not wait. Like, I get it that we're in the multiverse saga, which I hate that argument where people say, like, well, it has to be a multiverse movie. There are ways to work around things where you can make a movie not be Like when we were in Infinity Saga, not every movie was an Infinity Saga movie. Okay,
Right.
so I hate that argument, but I just hate that like you don't want the thing that's pissing me off about Marvel right now is that, and it's happening with Blade. I don't know if you know about that debacle, but like that movie just can't get off the ground, and it's like these movies are being affected by it, like not the saga that we're in, but it just feels like some people are pushing projects back or changing projects around to fit more. And I get that, like it's a whole cinematic universe, but you can't do that with a character like Spider-Man. You have to make a Spider-Man movie. Like, screw the multiverse saga. Make a Spider-Man movie. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. And you literally took the words out of my mouth because the next thing that I was going to say is I don't even know if it's been I hope it hasn't been debunked or anything, but yeah, I want Kingpin becoming the mayor of New York City. I want him to foster this undercover crime that's swept under the rug, that's not really paid attention to by crooked cops. And I
yeah,
want Spider-Man and Daredevil to be the ones to try and stop that and make it uncovered. Yes, you could say that, oh, but Cody, didn't you just say you don't want characters coming in that'll take away from Spider-Man?
they won't take
Yes, I
away from
did say
Spider-Man.
that. I did say that, but this is also a classic comic book storyline.
Spider-Man and Daredevil's relationship in the comics is so good. It
Yeah.
is so good, bro.
And yeah, like you said, it won't take away from Spider-Man's story at all. It won't.
like that. Seeing them, I'm sure, like you know the behind the scenes of Daredevil. Like when you were in Atlanta, when we were hanging out and stuff. You know that shot where he's like on the scaffolding.
Yeah.
Could you imagine we get a shot like that with Spider-Man and Daredevil? Like, oh my god, dude! Like,
It's got to happen. Like,
it needs to happen.
Like, it just brings me back to the animated series in the 90s. I freaking was so giddy seeing that as a kid. To see that now, gosh.
Yeah, like you got like, come on, in live action too. Like, dude, it just like seeing like below that final swing suit, and please don't change that final swing suit.
Yeah,
Please
that
don't.
one over there.
That one. Yeah.
No, I'm pointing to my advanced.
Yeah. Oh god, no, not that one. Different universe. But if you use that suit, the final swing suit, with Daredevil's new suit, like, come on, dude.
Yeah, that
like it's right there. Hell, you could even have Punisher even appear at the end or something. Like I would be John Berthal, like John Berthal, Tom are friends. Like, come on, let's do it. Like that would.
You know what I just realized? Now that you were graciously enough to add me onto your Disney Plus account, sir, I can finally finish Daredevil. Finally, because I couldn't finish it because
I'm rewatching it to prepare for Born Again, which I hope is good.
Okay, then we got to watch it then. I think I'm like about to finish season 1.
Yeah.
All right, it's a date. We got it. All right,
it's a date. We got it. Like, I just want this movie. Like, if it's a multiverse movie, if I don't get a say, like obviously we don't get a say, but if it's a multiverse movie and we don't get a say, fine. But what I would do, I wouldn't have Toby and Andrew appear. No. Get them out of here. Save them for Secret Wars. That's it. Okay. This is Tom's movie. All right. So for Tom's movie, if it's a multiverse movie, I would literally do it like this. I would have it to where, like, okay, if Doom creates Battle World and it's a different New York, that's a good opportunity to have like Mr. Negative appear. And like and what if he's like from a different Earth and stuff, and like he comes in and then like he kind of like takes over Feast, and it's like a bad. I think like there was one night me and Darius were on a call and we were talking about, it was like a plot that I said to him. I said, I think we both said it, but what if Doom creates like a world where like this is after Doomsday and like Peter's on. Oh, I've been on mute. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So what if like Peter goes to like there's like this New York that doesn't have a Spider-Man. Kind of like how at the end of Across, Miles, like what if they do it like that? And he has to be the Spider-Man of this New York in this timeline. That could work. Like I wouldn't be opposed to that. And like there's like a bunch of villains and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it's going to be
in rough. I would be down with that.
Yeah, because it's going to be that's going to be a rough New York.
Yeah, I would be down for that. If you had to do that's the angle I would take if you're gonna make it a multiverse movie and it takes place after Doomsday, which is likely anyway. That's the route I would take. Like, could you imagine like this could be like your way of like him taking on like the Sinister Six, like a lethal, dangerous Sinister Six and stuff like that. And like, if you want to like use another Spider-Man, but you can't do Toby and Andrew. Like, I wouldn't do this, but if Sony was like, please, like, can you put Andrew in the movie or something? I would have Andrew play a different spot. Like, he would play like maybe Ben Reilly.
Ooh, that'd be
so. That's what I would do. Like, I think that could be like a way. Like, it's still a grounded Spider-Man movie, but like, it's not like the multiverse movie that like people like think it would be and stuff like that. That would be interesting.
And you could have maybe or even you could plug in Toby with like The Last Stand.
You could do that. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I still wouldn't really fully be on board with it, but
if they had to, if Sony was being Sony and it had to be done, and there's no way around it, I could be semi okay with it.
Yeah, me personally, I think the idea of him being in this New York where he has to be this, like, there's no Spider-Man in this timeline. Because, like, what if, like, Doom puts, like, each character, like, in... Because that's what I think is going to happen. He's going to put characters in, like, a different timeline. Like, some have the perfect timeline, some have a negative timeline. Like, and he puts Peter in, like, this bad New York where they don't have a Spider-Man in this universe. And I think you could really like have a really heartfelt story where he gives these people hope, even though he goes back to his New York and his Earth and stuff.
Yeah.
And like he takes on this Sinister Six, and he could like take on like this dangerous, like lethal, like I'm talking like bad to the bone motherfuckers, like bad to the bone, like Electro or something like that, like type of Sinister Six, like you can introduce like a Craven on this Earth, like actual Craven, Sony.
Yes,
that is what I want. That is like if I had to compromise, if I was working with Sony and I had to make it a multiverse movie, then I would do it like that.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I think people would. I think people at first would not like it, hearing that it's a multiverse, but like. It would really I think the trailers would really like sell people on that. But I kind of feel like this is kind of like Marvel's fault for putting Doomsday in May, and
I'm hoping they shuffle it a little bit. Like I hope they bring the release date forward. Maybe I don't know how likely that is, but for Spidey 4.
But like apparently they were going to what was it? I don't know if you heard like the original. I think I sent it to you. Like Alex Perez, Cosmic Circus. He's a really reliable guy in the industry. But he said the original like ideas for Spider-Man 4 were like Peter, Daredevil, Kingpin. I think like Prowler was in some of the drafts. The Magia, like. That is what I want, dude. Like,
see, I remember you saying that, and it kind of got me a little disappointed that that's the original, making it seem like that's not the plan anymore. So I'm like, because that's what we want.
Yeah, like I want that, dude.
Hey, maybe he's just saying that.
Another word that I have.
Maybe it's a misdirect. I don't know.
Yeah, I doubt it, but I don't know. But like. Another worry that I have is like how they handle the symbiote stuff going forward.
That's a big one. Yeah, I don't want him to. I know you said you think it might happen in the fourth movie. But I think that's too soon. But at the same time, it's like it might happen.
Yeah, like a part of me feels like he gets it in Doomsday, like at the end.
Yeah.
A part of me just feels like it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that he gets it in Secret Wars. He
Where it's
gets it
intended.
where it's intended in the comic, and then it extends to like
5.
Spider-Man 5, Spidey 5, and he takes it off at the end of 5. That's what I want. That's how I think you should do it. I think they're gonna do that, but a part of me feels like they're gonna do it in Doomsday. But I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, because it hasn't. I mean, where's it going to come from? It's not going to come from the Sony verse, is it? The symbiote.
Well, the symbiote, a part of the symbiote's already in the MCU Earth 616.
Oh yeah, because didn't it get left there?
Yeah, and no,
right.
And they didn't know. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
That could happen, but I don't know, dude. I'm just.
See, like, it's all the way back there, but it hasn't been touched. You would think it would have been touched upon in like recently, but then again, we haven't had a ton of Marvel movies lately. So
yeah, so I don't know. I just really, really hope like a part of me feels like that they might do it because when Tom gets the symbiote, he's gonna be a dangerous like Bully Holland is happening.
End of No Way Home, but on steroids. Like when he's freaking backing Goblin's face in on the freaking Liberty.
It's my favorite scene in that entire movie. He beat the shit out of him.
That look he's got when he's got the glider, it's gonna be that 10 times worse.
Times worse. Like freaking dude, because when he fights RDJ's Doom with the symbiote, that's gonna be sick.
What's he even? You obviously he's gonna be like crapping his pants because he's gonna think that's Tony, but I can't wait to see his reaction to that.
I think he's definitely gonna be the one to unmask him in Doomsday. He's gonna unmask him, and he's gonna be like, Mr. Stark. Like he's gonna be like, Mr. Stark, Tony. Mr. Stark.
Oh, dude, that's got me. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, I have my worries about RDJ's Doom, but I am cautiously optimistic because the Russos are behind it. The Russos work really well with Marvel, so I'm willing to give it a shot. But I just hope that we get some plot news at CCXP. That's coming up beginning of December. I think it's like, I'm pretty sure it's, let me see. CCXP. I'm pretty sure not Sony is going, so they should give us Spider-Man news. So it's Thursday, December 5th through Sunday, December 8th.
Oh yeah, it's coming up. A couple weeks.
Yeah,
a few weeks.
Yeah, that's coming up. Let me see. Is Sony going? I'm pretty sure they are going.
Man, fuck Sony. When the hell is that trash ass Craven movie coming out? Isn't that December?
Yeah.
I know we didn't see Venom, but I kind of got to see that one. I got to see how. I mean, I don't want to see how bad they mess up our boy, but I kind of got to see it. I'll go see that one. I didn't see Venom 3. I know you didn't either, but
I don't plan on ever watching it. But I don't know what Sony's thinking. Like
what's the
Craven?
end goal?
What's the end goal here? Like, what is the end game? Like, what the end goal is? The end game is more money, more money, more money. Like that's to keep the character. That's what they got to do.
More money, more shitty movies.
More money, more shitty movies. That is sticking. I'm using that now. I'm using that.
I coined that. We coined it.
More shitty movie.
Yeah,
we coined it.
Money, more problem.
I don't like. Yeah, I don't.
But
I really do not know what they're planning on. They're planning on doing. But
makes me sick, man. Like we're getting 3 shitty Sony movies in 1 year. It's 1 year. Madam freaking ass. Venom, let there be cat shit. Freaking Craven. Is it just called Craven?
It's called Craven the Hunter, I think. Yeah.
Craven the dickhead. Yeah, it's been a terrible year.
I don't know what their plan is, but I just hopefully we hear something, because I think when did they say they were supposed to start shooting Spider-Man 4?
You know what? Just bring in Andrew. Match the shitty movie, the shitty villains and movies with the shittiest Spider-Man. Problem solved.
Oh boy, Gian is not gonna like to hear that.
Sorry, Gian. Andrew sucks. Spider-Man sucks.
Andrew is great.
He's got a lot to make up for.
He's got a lot to make. Oh, what?
All right. What else? Wait, no. So go ahead.
Oh yeah. So the last thing is the Production Weekly thing. That was a thing that they released. They have so Production Weekly is let me pull it up right here. Hold on. Production. This is the last thing we can talk about. So it was Production Weekly.
Y'all just gonna
make it? No, that seems fucking hilarious.
All right, sorry,
so Production Weekly, they are they get some things right, but they're like a production company that not a production company, but they take information from movies that are going into filming soon and stuff like that, and sometimes they just pile up shit together. But it said here that the status, I think it said it's supposed to start filming in May of the new year. It said that Eric Summers, Chris McKenna are back writing it, and it rumored plot synopsis, which this is why I think it's fake. And it got the release date wrong here, so that's another thing. It said, following the events of Doomsday, Peter Parker is determined to lead a normal life and focus on college, stepping back from his responsibilities as Spider-Man. However, peace is short-lived when a deadly new threat emerges, endangering his friends and forcing Peter to reconsider his promise. With stakes higher than ever, Peter reluctantly returns to his Spider-Man identity and finds himself teaming up with an unlikely ally to protect those he loves. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Michael Keaton's Vulture and RDJ's Dr. Doom mentioned to join the cast. And the rumored title is Spider-Man Brand New Day.
You had me in the first half, bro. You had me in the first half. You had me until you mentioned Andrew Garfield, dude. I'm sorry.
Leave Andrew alone.
No, that was great until you mentioned all those names at the end. The unlikely ally, great, love it. But all that extra stuff, the rest of it is beautiful. So I love all those ideas. But
I agree.
There's always something. No. Come on. Come on. It does sound good though. Okay, I'll be optimistic. I'll be optimistic if that is what's rumored to be true. But I'll see it to the end, man. If I see that freaking guy pop up again.
What is over you and Andrew, bro? Why? Stop trolling.
Listen, a certain person, he just ruins people's lives. No, I'm playing.
You like Andrew. Stop trolling Gian. You know he's gonna hear this. You're trolling Gian. Viewers, he likes Andrew. He's just trolling a good friend of ours.
He's a freaking Andrew Garfield glazer. Nah, but it does sound good. It does sound good. I don't know
Yeah.
in seriousness. I don't. It just seems very out of left field that Andrew's being brought up in this. I'm like, just why? But
I mean, this
guess,
could be fake, by the way. They do
yeah,
pile on rumors and put it on there, but I
yeah. That's
do
why I'm
believe the
not
title
like,
though.
yeah. That's
I
why I'm
do
not like completely blowing a gasket. But yeah, the title. You like
because
the title? The rumor title?
I like the title. Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
title.
See, I like that they're not like numerical like every other sequel out there.
One, two,
It's
three,
not.
four.
Yeah, exactly. I like that it's like got symbolic names, and yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
be interesting if I assume they're gonna not have home in this next trilogy,
yeah, they're not. They're
which
not.
makes sense.
Yeah, I could see Brand New Day. I like Brand New Day.
Do you think
It's
they're
because
gonna
it's
follow suit with something else, like with the home saga? Do you think this new one's gonna
is,
have like
is the Day Saga.
or new or I don't know?
They
Yeah,
might not. I think Brand New Day might just be like, um, just for the fourth film. They might do something different in 5, 6. I kind of hope they spice it up, not using like a word or anything like that. Just like But I kind of like that they do like the Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home. Like I like that they do that. I think it's cool. Like I know people like rag on it sometimes, but I kind of like it.
it's unique. And it
It
still
is
like
unique.
displays what's going on. Like Homecoming,
Yeah,
like Peter's Homecoming is a big plot in the movie, and
yeah,
it's the introduction to him. Far From Home, he's obviously not home, and he kind of feels like because he's like balancing his identity crisis, and then like No Way
yeah.
Home,
But
it's
also
like
No Way Home. No Way Home like was also about the villains not being able to go home.
exactly, it's cool.
It's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
They need to give Zendaya's MJ the red hair. Please give
please do it.
Zendaya's MJ the red hair.
You know what?
Please, if you're
I need to
listening,
get I need to get like a sticker or like you know how you can like pull up those like pictures like or like those overlays like this at the bottom or like this.
oh yes,
Yeah, I need to get one with like a Zendaya with the red hair just so I can put it up.
yes, put it up.
No,
Okay, so
it's
fine.
gotta happen.
Wait, what?
It's gotta happen.
Final question.
Mhm.
If you want to see new characters in this new trilogy, who and what? Look, we can start with the supporting characters, like Peter's inner circle. Do we want like a new best friend? Do we want like a friend group, like a new friend group, like his college buddies or something like that?
You know where I'm going with this. Introduce my
Oh,
girl
come
Felicia
on.
Hardy, baby. Come on.
Oh,
College, a
Jesus
little college.
Christ.
Started off with a friendship, no necessary romance.
Oh,
Started off
brother.
there. Just introduce her. You don't got to do nothing yet. You could do a Harry Osborn with Timothy Charlemagne. That's fine. You can do that. I'm okay with
Timothy
that.
Charlemagne. You
He's
call.
growing on me. Okay. I don't dislike him anymore. He's okay. I'd be fine if they did that.
You're like that. You're like Alex from Escape the Pod, hat guy. You're like him. He doesn't like. I
You're
don't think
comparing me to Long Neck.
Longneck doesn't like Timothy Charlemagne.
Well,
He's always like, he refuses to watch any movie with Timothy Chalamet. I don't know why. Yeah,
damn, maybe he.
like you, because you
That's
won't watch Dune.
that's the old
You
me.
won't watch Dune because of him. You won't
No,
watch.
listen. I said
You
that
haven't even watched Dune.
I said I was open to it now. I'm open to it now. You know what? I mean, I
Hey,
respect
ladies and
Long.
gentlemen, boys and girls, let me tell you something about Cody. Cody is a stubborn motherfucker. I
Yes,
can't get
bro.
him to watch anything. Anytime I try to get him to watch something, he won't do it. And he won't watch Dune because he thinks it's just about sand dunes. So he won't watch it. It's a good film. Both films are good.
We'll see if we get there.
Yeah, in fucking 5 years.
Okay, yeah. No, Felicia Hardy. You guys all know RJ. I'm a broken record to this dude with this. I love Felicia Hardy's character. He doesn't know why, but he's just blind to the fact that she's great. Yeah, and then Harry Osborn would be great. Do you? I'm trying to think who else. They already introduced Liz and Betty Brant. I'm trying to think who's like. I definitely want Triple J again. Well, he's already been in it, but I want to see more of him.
That's a given. He's coming back.
Yeah. Maybe Robbie Robertson. I'd like to see.
That's who I want. I want him to be. I want the friend group to be Robbie, MJ, and Harry. That's what I want.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I wonder, but like, doesn't like Oscorp not exist in 616?
I mean, for now, it could exist. They could. I think they're gonna do an MCU Goblin. I think the final movie will be MCU's Green Goblin and their interpretation.
Please, dude.
They had the perfect guy to play him is Anthony Starr. Get him as Norman.
Yes,
get him as Norman.
Dude. Can you imagine freaking like the Homelander Green Goblin? That's gonna be freaking nuts. I would love that.
I would do it. Do it. Who would you cast as Harry Osborn? And no, give me, since you want Black Cat, give me, who would you cast as Black Cat? I think Black Cat's the obvious one. Everybody's casting her. For Black Cat, Robbie Robertson and Harry Osborn.
It's probably going to happen. Timothy Chalamet is going to get it. I would assume. I think it's.
I don't think he'll do it though.
Really, because he's like more of a side character.
That, but also like Timothy Chalamet is like how Tom Holland is. Like he's whenever Tom Holland takes a movie, he's either the lead or the second lead.
Yeah,
Timothy Chalamet, I think that he wants like. He wants to be like a lead actor, and I don't think he wants to be in superhero movies. So I don't think he'll want to do it.
He'd be like the fourth or the fifth lead in this movie.
Probably, yeah. Probably.
So, I don't know. I'm not the best at doing like fan castings. Black Cat, I mean, I guess maybe an idea that I've kind of liked that's seen out there. Wouldn't be my pick, but Sydney Sweeney.
See, everybody wants her to play Black Cat.
I know, but get our girl Peyton List in there, man.
Peyton List.
I mean, I don't really know who else. Like I said, I'm not the best at fan casting. I feel like
Madeline Klein will be a good one.
Who?
Madeline Klein.
Let's use the old Google search.
She's in Outer Banks, and she's in
Keep Her Away.
Oh, she's a good actress.
Okay.
She's in Knives Out too. She's really good.
Okay, I could see it. Ooh, yeah.
She's a. I know what you're doing there. For Robbie Robertson, I would get John Boyega, honestly.
Oh.
I think that'd be good.
I'm just trying to see how old he is.
He's 32.
I guess, I mean, I know Robbie's supposed to be like a more older, but who's to say you can't do a younger version?
Yeah. I would get John Boyega.
That would be kind of cool. I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else.
That's what I would do. I would do that.
Michael B. Jordan. No, I'm playing.
If he was younger, he'll be perfect for it.
If he was younger and nowhere near as much of an A-lister.
Yeah, he's an A-lister, and he's Creed.
I'm trying to think. I'd really have to do some like searching on this. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, do you think Miles is introduced in this movie at least?
The fourth one?
Yeah.
I think you got to almost. At least introduced. No Spider-Man stuff, but or you don't even maybe because wasn't he rumored to be Peter's neighbor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm for it. I love Miles, and
Yeah.
I don't want him to like rush into his story, but yeah, just like a subtle introduction, just to like foreshadow. What do you think,
Yeah.
Mr. Molasses?
Well, I think so. Have it to where like maybe like at the end, like you actually have like the character that's gonna play Miles, or like see if it was a street level movie and it was on Earth, on the MCU Earth, I would have it to where like he's his neighbor and like maybe Peter is like tutoring him or something. Like maybe like this is an idea that I had in my head. If I was writing the movie, um, Miles is like Peter has a side job of tutoring and stuff,
Besides his
and he
bugle
tutors,
or his
yeah,
if he
the
does
bugle stuff or something like that. And he's like tutoring like people like in high school or middle school and stuff like that, and like he has a job like that, and maybe like Miles is one of his students, and like he's tutoring him and stuff like that, and that could be like the scenes that take place when he's not being Spider-Man and stuff like that.
That'd be pretty
I
cool.
would love that. I would love that.
I would too. I just I'm really wondering who they're gonna get to play Miles eventually.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I have my favorite, and you have your favorite on who we want. I mean, we want our boy Dallas Young to play him from Cobra Kai. That's the show that we all love. Dallas, Miles Brown would be a good pick. His name
Dallas might be too old for the role soon.
Yeah, how old is he? Like what? 18?
He's
18
like
now.
He's 17 still, so and he's freaking a grown freaking man now.
They can still do it. I mean,
Yeah.
If they do have him in the fourth movie, like, I mean, I say do it. Like, you know, bring in Dallas. I mean, he's getting. I can see Dallas as an actor. I can see him doing his own stunts. You know, he's got the physicality for it.
I'm just wondering if they're gonna go with someone who's like a true, like, African American descent and a true like
Puerto Rican. Yeah, I actually think that's the way to go. Like, I think you should do that. It's more authentic that way.
Yeah.
So like, I could see like, I think it's gonna end up being an unknown. Like, we don't know who he is. Kind of like how when Tom was cast Spider-Man, we didn't know who he was and stuff. Well, I think that's gonna end up happening for Miles. Like, we're not gonna know who he is. Like, it's gonna be an unknown. And I think he's gonna be African American descent, and he's gonna be like Afro Latino basically. I think that's the way to go to do it. It's gonna be authentic, you know.
So just combine RJ and Gian, and you got your Miles Morales. Or Miles Morales.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
He's Puerto Rican.
He's Puerto Rican. Yeah. Yeah. Just do that. I think that pretty much covers everything.
Dude, this has flown by, and we like we only covered like 3 topics.
Yeah.
It just shows that we can just talk about anything Spider-Man and go on and on and on, which is nice.
We're obsessive fans, people.
Yes. So yeah, guys, we're gonna get back in the swing of things with some episodes, and they're gonna be some offline ones, but we are gonna get back to doing live streams eventually when we get a more consistent schedule under our belts. But yeah, this is always fun, and we're gonna try and pump them out. We do want to get back and doing some like fun ones. I know, like with like the rankings and the debates and stuff. I think those are always some of the funniest ones. I like the news ones too, but those rankings that we've done, I think we should redo or do some new ones and maybe redo some because it's been over a year since we've done.
It's been a
So we're due for those.
I'll never forget when you talked about Andrew's homemade TASM suit. You went on a rant.
That was a memorable one for sure.
That was funny. We could do like a this or that one for Spider-Man. Like,
ooh, yeah, I'm sure they have a bunch of like generators or something for that.
Yeah, they have some online, like like Toby or Tom or something like that, or like Green Goblin or Doc Ock, like something like that, and we can spice things up. We can do that.
I'm just gonna see if they have something like that.
They have something like that.
Yeah, they have like
would you rather
and stuff. Would you rather? That'd be fun.
We could that'd be fun. That should be one. We should have that on like our next episode. That
it's a good idea.
So me and Darius came up with one. We were like talking about Batman, but we were saying like which Gotham universe would you rather be in? Reeves' Gotham, Nolan's Gotham, or Burton's Gotham? And like I think me and him both said like Nolan's Gotham because it's like less. Either way, you're screwed. But
yeah, I would not pick Reeves's at all. No way.
No Reeves, no way. No, thank you. Love the Batman, but I'm not picking Reeves' Gotham to like live in. Nope.
No, dude. No.
Especially after watching the Penguin and the Batman movie, like, nah, dude, I'm not doing that. But we could do one. We can even bring Darius on for this one. Like,
yeah,
I'm down. Which Marvel New York would you rather live in? Like Sam Raimi's New York?
I'm going with that one, man. I'm going with that one.
TASM's New York, or would you rather live in the MCU New York? Which is, I think that's the most dangerous because you had Thanos's children of Thanos pop in. Yeah. You had the Raimi villains come into the MCU Earth. Like, yeah, so much shit has happened in the MCU. Shitty pizza. Anyway, cheese. I heard that when you bit that. Right. I heard that. Yes, it sounded disgusting. He's
damn, like, this microphone picks it up pretty well.
I could. Oh. Bite a crust. Hold on, bite a crust. Because that's what you did. You bit the crust, and it sound. I heard that. Jesus. Oh, ew. That is disgusting. Why are
that's an easy way to lose viewers. But anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in to this. I don't even know what number episode we're on now. Kind of forgot, but
yeah, I forgot.
We are back. Miles and Peter are back at it, and we got a lot of stuff planned in the pipeline for you guys. So if you're a massive Spider-Man fan, whip that subscribe button. Join us for some laughs and just usual discussion about our favorite webhead. But RJ, any closing thoughts?
Tom is the GOAT. Just saying. Yeah.
And so is Yuri. So is Yuri.
No,
hey, I didn't say no, Yuri is. I said and. But thank you guys all so much for watching, and we'll see you